Sherry and Siobhan, while conflict is going on halfway across the globe in Gaza, it's having a ripple effect right here in East Lansing. It's actually still a pretty active scene here. Police officers behind me are putting up fresh tape on both sides of the building, and they're inside looking around and investigating. Now, according to Lansing Township police officers, this all occurred around 6 a.m. this morning. You know, Kier, we'll dive into that in a little bit, but first, I want to test out and see how accurate these radars actually are. Look at that. I'm at 10 miles an hour right there. Now, these are actually part of City of Lansing's Operation Slowdown. Well, Kira, this is a beautiful day for an expansion project, and officials say this cargo ramp expansion costs around $13.3 million, and they say they're excited to get it all underway. Yeah, good morning, Nate. I'm actually trying to enjoy and soak up the last little bit of summer that we have here. I know that people today are trying to do the same thing as they're traveling throughout the state, but officials say there's some tips that they should keep in mind. Take a look. Well, Kira, that's exactly right. Now, take a look behind me. This is the first unit right here. Take a look at this. There's some charred debris here. I spoke with the owners and people who live here who say that this place was filled with joy, love, and laughter. Now, this fire actually spread throughout the complex down here. It's been a little over 1 month since a renewed push in a cold case in Shiawassee County that dates back to 1992. And officials say they're making great progress. And that all typically ends up right here, where officials say they roughly sort through 6 to 8 million pounds of material a year. Now, officials don't have final numbers yet, but they say they just hope they can keep up with everyone's goal to go green. The search took several months, all while the university was dealing with problems of its own, which is why the incoming president says transparency is at the top of his priority list. Sherry and Siobhan, it's a place Kyle Prue and his wife lived for the last 4 years. They even called it their little paradise. Well, today, Prue came back to grab what was left and take a look at what remained.
To watch it go off in flames like that, like it did, it breaks my heart.
The LC Area Fire Department says their crews were sent out around 6:30 p.m. and witnesses say the response was almost immediate from across the area.
We just stood there and watched it. And first there was like 2 or 3 fire engines. It ended up between ambulances, the rescue trucks, the fire engines. There was over 15 vehicles lined up here.
And they could only see one thing.
You know, it was just smoke. Black smoke.
It affected all 4 units and 8 people who lived there, and Peru only had one thing on his mind: his animals.
I seen the smoke rolling from Elsie, and that's a good 4 miles. And I seen the smoke, and I knew it was too close to where my house was, and I followed the fire trucks, pulled into my yard. Can't go in there. They're gone.
They lost 8 animals in total, all who they hold close and dear to their hearts.
I don't care about the clothes. I don't care about the material stuff. My dogs are in there, and I still can't get them out yet.
According to Peru, the fire department tried to do anything they could, but due to unsafe conditions, they had to evacuate.
There was a man that was crawling, trying to get my dogs out of their cages. And he tried twice, but he couldn't get them out of there. And I appreciate you so much. I don't know your name, but thank you for trying.
And there is a GoFundMe link to help with expenses, and that can be found on our Scene and 6 section at WLNS.com. As for the firefighters who are being treated, an official with the department says they're all in good condition after being released back to their families. Sherry and Siobhan.
The group that we have here is very strong.
It gives me some hope that people are actually willing to come out and do something.
We're walking over the Spartan statue today. We're starting here at Berkey.
Berkey Hall, past the Union, and ending at Demonstration Field. These students had one thing on their minds today: change.
As students, we're our own advocates, and coming together in itself is very powerful to discuss what we need to do moving forward.
One psychology major planned to skip her classes for today because she says today was too important to pass up.
Very adamant on getting this issue done.
But she adds that she shouldn't be here in the first place.
I don't necessarily want to have to scream to get my voice heard. I think that the people up above us should be the ones that change this and do actual action. I shouldn't have to do it myself.
It's something advocates say they're sick of dealing with.
I'm tired of losing friends. I'm tired of having to deal with this over and over and over again.
Which is why they're pushing for gun reform, hoping that those in office will finally listen.
To just sit idly by while we die and do nothing. It sickens me.
But they say the solidarity today gives them a new sense of hope.
Even as college students, we can stand together, and we have to continuously come back to these moments and reflect on everything that's brought us here.
Supporters today tell me they're planning on gathering tomorrow too, this time at the Capitol, to meet with lawmakers in hopes to pass gun safety measures. For now, I'll send it back to you. Here for you in East Lansing, Mckoy, Scribner, 6 News.